Hello and welcome to the corner. I'm the Frosted Glass. And I'm joined by my fellow Alabaster Savages. I am not Jack Gunsky.
I'm washing lettuce.
Who is not I Like Boobs. Let's
That's
see.
right. I'm not I
Moonshock.
like boobs.
Now, see, he's washing lettuce, then soon he'll be on fries. In a few years, he'll make assistant manager, and that's when the big bucks start rolling in.
Pterodiomantis.
I will be assuming all boob loving activities for the next 2 hours in the absence of our usual person.
You can't hog it all.
By the way, Sun will not be saying hello tonight because she is currently playing games in the other room.
Hi, son.
Everybody says
Hi,
hi.
son.
Hi, son.
I want to say hi. Game over.
We can
Fine.
hear her. Yeah, let
Say
her say
whatever
hi.
you want. Okay, fine. James Colley says hi.
Hi, James.
Frosted says hi.
Hi, Frosted.
Jack says hi.
Who does?
Jack.
Hi, Jack.
Terry says hi.
Hi, Terry.
Now, fuck Camel because he's just some engine boy.
Hi, Big Camel.
Hi,
Pissed
son.
off Shih Tzu.
Hi, Pissed Off Shih Tzu.
Snowflame.
Ooh.
Snowflame.
Hi, Snowflake.
Keisho.
Hi, Keisho.
Ebony.
Hi, Ebony.
Tyrannius.
Hi, Tyrannus.
Yoshi.
We have a
Macau.
guest to introduce.
Hi, Yoshi.
Evolved Potato. He did say it, but he took it back.
Hi, Evolved Potato. Hi, Mike Gar. Hi, Cracker Rob. Hi, Apex.
Apex.
Hi, Green Badger.
There you go.
Hi,
All right.
DG.
And this week's special guest, Hate Camel.
Hello.
I would have laughed if he's instead of hello, he just said hi, son. Start the whole thing again.
So how are you guys doing?
She'll eventually hijack the entire show, not just the first minute or so.
Hi, Jack.
Eventually this show will get so popular it will reach like a singularity where it will be entirely Sun just reading out names.
Sun will be like the Urkel, where she starts off as a guest appearance, but then takes over the show. Yeah.
And then like the articles and the games will just be like when she wants to take a break to like go get a drink of water or something in between saying hi to people.
All right. So, of course, we have to cover in our first article why striking down affirmative action programs openly safeguard systemic racism.
No, that was the best decision they could have ever made.
This is gonna be one of those articles that says black people are too stupid to get the job on their own, isn't it?
Did you
Probably.
see the tweet that blew up with, was it Erica Marsh saying black people can't succeed in a meritocracy, they need affirmative action?
That is what they refer to, ladies and gentlemen, as a mask off moment.
Striking down racial discrimination only promotes
Oh, wait.
racial discrimination.
This person looks familiar. Is this Patiri Ira?
Apparently.
Let me look.
It's a
Why is it
cartoon avatar.
why is it acceptable for white people to benefit from systems of oppression?
Because we're better.
Yeah. They hate us because they ain't us, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Whoa, anus. What about that? No. You don't need to bring anuses in here.
Not even Garrett Hedlund's.
No. Oh, flutter.
The Supreme Court has ruled that universities cannot consider a prospective student's race when deciding admission.
Good.
The decision marks the conclusion of a long-standing practice in which universities were allowed to consider race as a factor to enhance and improve diversity in student bodies. However, the decision to strike down race-based college admissions is harmful to Black, Indigenous, and Latin students, as it takes away their access to opportunities in education and later on in the corporate world.
You say that as though they're suddenly gonna be the colleges are gonna be like, yes, we're not allowing in black students anymore.
Yeah, so
That's
sorry, Camel, but you can no longer get an education.
Oh my!
you're not allowed.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't going to anyway, but
Okay, you guys are gonna crack up. This person does not have a picture, So I went ahead and I put in random black person into like a Google search chat, and it comes up with this. He's got a shell necklace and he's crying.
Like smack him now.
I just looked it up. Erica Mush deleted the tweet where she accidentally admitted that she thinks black people are too stupid to succeed on their own.
A lot of people are trying to misinterpret in a dangerous way the perfectly innocent thing that I said.
Well, I mean, taking care of the black folks, it's just the white man's burden, you know.
Yeah. My favorite reply to her was a picture of her with the caption, "I didn't say black people were too stupid to succeed, and if they were smarter, they'd realize that."
I did not say black person. I did not.
Affirmative action is often misunderstood. Many view affirmative action-based programs as an automatic in and free pass for non-white students.
Kind of is.
It is. That's the point.
And even if it isn't, the fact that it helps or hurts anyone is still a problem.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember when this same group of people was trying to square the circle that somehow you could maintain a meritocracy and affirmative action at the same time?
No, I just figured it out. They probably think you need an ID to apply to a university, and black people can't get those. So that makes sense. Without affirmative action, none of them will get accepted into college. It just made sense to me.
Yeah, like if instead of saying no blacks at my lunch counter, you just said 3 maximum, does that mean it's okay?
I did not see.
But like, does anyone remember when they were like, "Oh well, if we hire people based on skin color, that's not going to mean that the best candidate doesn't get the job. We're just going to get the best candidate for the job, and it's going to be a black person."
Yeah, no, I do remember that. There was a thing in Australia where they were specifically recruiting women to the army and trying to make the case that they weren't going to be like lowering the standard of soldier. Because like,
me.
What if the most qualified person is a man, and their basic response is, "Well, no, we're just trying to balance the books. We're not going to turn away the most qualified candidate." Look, you have to. If a woman and a man are competing for the same spot, and you're giving it to the woman, then yeah, I mean,
a job is a zero-sum game. If I get a
Yes.
job, you do not get that job.
yeah, exactly. So if a qualified man and an unqualified woman both apply, and you're saying, well, we need women for diversity, then yeah, the more qualified person is not getting hired. It's the intent of the program.
It's just a long list of these flaccid arguments these people use that just don't make any sense whatsoever, and then eventually they gave up on them because people realized this makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
And they're just like, okay, well, we're just going to be hypocrites then, and we don't care if you have a problem with that.
So
Well, it boils down to, if you want to go to one of these colleges or universities, you have to earn your way in, not have some excuse. Oh, well, I'm such and such and such and such color. I should be in just because of that. No, sorry. You need to, just like everybody else, earn your way in. No free fucking passes. I'm sorry. Not gonna happen.
I wonder if I could get into a university just by writing like "niggers be important, yo" over and over and over again.
I mean, it's no,
Like,
it's
that's
no.
basically Black Lives Matter, and like
It-
one guy got accepted into a university just by writing Black Lives Matter. So
Yes, he did.
niggers being important, yo, should be the same thing.
It's no pregnant Goku, but
Yeah.
it's what critics of
Oh,
affirmative.
Real quick, Terry, if heaven forbid it actually happened, if there's a university in Australia that's completely run by abos and you applied there, you'd be the smartest motherfucker in the world.
Yeah. I can't apply there. I don't like alcohol.
You mean gas? Or I mean petrol.
Let's see. What critics of affirmative action fail to realize about affirmative action is that it was designed to address the racism descendants of enslaved individuals of America face. They fail to realize the nation is built on the basis of race.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But
The
it says so right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because everywhere in the Constitution it says this is a white nation, yo, and we want only everything for whites because whitey is God here, right?
It's the hypocrisy of striking
wait.
down.
Terry, this person spelled realize just for you the incorrect way.
What's wrong?
And that triggered the dog.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court's decision today safeguards being rich and being white in America, and blames black, indigenous, and Latinx students for being roadblocks in the race to reach equality.
Isn't the new thing Latine with an E in now instead of an X?
Yeah, it sounds like the toilet.
Latine?
Latine instead of latrine, it's Latine.
It is one letter
Latine.
off from
Yeah.
it being a crapper.
I mean, it wasn't the minorities who were the roadblock, it was the people instituting the affirmative action plans.
Yeah.
They're apples, maybe.
There's a dangerous notion that black students take spots in college from other students because of their race.
Because it's
However-
true.
However, at the same time, fail to realize that preferential treatment is given to applicants who have familial connections to alumni or donors of an institution.
Can we stop with the whole legacy argument? Whataboutism? I'm good with getting rid of that too.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
here.
I mean, they can both be bad.
The-
Getting rid of one bad thing doesn't mean another thing isn't bad.
I mean, guess what? The whole of white people in America are not responsible for a few pricks at Yale. Believe it or not.
Jack, you said whole.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, that was funny.
If you have to tell us that it's funny, it probably wasn't.
Please clap.
I mean, everyone knows the best jokes are the ones you have to explain.
See? All I had to do was ask it, and I got it.
In his opinion, Justice Clarence Thomas believes race-based affirmative action policies fly in the face of our colorblind constitution and our nation's equality ideal. If that defense...
Whoa. You said flies in the face. We can't do that because that's racist. See, all those people in Africa, they got flies in the face.
No, those are mosquitoes.
Oh! Are they genetically modified?
Are they ill-tempered? If that defense was genuinely authentic, wouldn't colorblindness completely dismiss the impact and significance of legacy admissions that only the privileged can touch due to systemic racism?
Privileged.
Yeah, if
Did
a
you
rich
know
black
that-
person
Yeah,
did
because
it-
there are no black or indigenous or whatever, insert minority alumni that might have children or grandchildren who take
No,
part in the
never.
legacy admission. Never happens.
Nah, they're all white. Even if they look dark, they're white. It is
If
important-
you got into a university,
They're
and
off-white.
if you got into university without using your skin color, then you white.
Or Asian.
Oh!
It is important to recognize the hypocrisy of this decision due to the presence of gender-based affirmative action and DEI policies.
Yeah, let's get rid of that too. I'm sold. You don't have to sell me anymore.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of oh, you're against child drag shows. What about child beauty pageants? It's like, yeah, I'm fine with getting rid of those too.
Yep.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
both creepy and shitty.
Or like conservatives will turn tail and run the second they see a black person with a gun. And then we're like, no. No, we're fine with that. Good for you, buddy.
Gender-based affirmative action in America refers to policies and initiatives that aim to address historical and ongoing gender-based inequalities and promote equal opportunities for women. White women have specifically benefited from gender-based affirmative action because they benefit from racial privilege, from being white. However, can we say that non-white women have benefited from gender-based affirmative action in the same way? No.
Wow. She actually capitalizes the W in white? What a racist bitch.
I mean, I remember a few years back hearing about how like the highest educated demographic was black women. So Yeah, I kind of feel like they do.
Well, let's see. Isn't the richest woman Oprah Winfrey, or she used to be, or something like that?
But no, it's Jeff Bezos' ex, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, him aside, a
She's
woman who
she's one of
actually
the
earned it.
richest, like self-made.
Yeah,
women.
yeah. People who didn't earn it by divorce. that
You
they,
say earn. I don't think
Okay,
that's
fine.
the right word.
I don't even want to say the word came into because that's even wrong too.
Yeah. No. Bezos came into her. That's why she got all the money.
Or
Okay,
on,
fine.
or on to.
Unearned income. There you go.
There you go.
Or
Accord-
onto.
According to Politico, negative critiques of race-based affirmative action are one of many strategies by those who want to undermine racial progress for blacks.
Because Politico is so accurate in their stuff.
This is true. In order to preserve the system of privilege, the survival of privilege must rely on race, and use race in a strategic way that blames non-white people to legitimize the end of race-based affirmative action.
So would the phrase "girl, you know it's true" be applied here?
What by Milli
Exactly.
Vanilli?
I'm glad I wasn't the only
what I
one
thought he was
there.
referring to.
Yes, that is exactly what I was referring to. Because they're fake, just like this dumb bitch.
Black people's skin will continually be used against us because throughout history, that it is what legitimized the power of the oppressor.
Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong.
While the Supreme
Isn't that
Court's
from
latest,
Scrubs?
Yes.
yeah, Dr. Cox.
Cox.
Dr. Cox, he's my idol. Well, besides Garrett Hedlund, that is.
Well, the Supreme Court's latest decision to strike down affirmative action programs at the University of North Carolina and Harvard is a major victory for conservative activists and legal scholars. It ends the systemic consideration of race during admissions processes in a nation that is built on the basis of race.
No, it's fucking not, you dumb bitch. How many times do I have to say that?
Well, I think you're wrong because the article clearly says otherwise, man.
Fuck this dumb fucking whore. I don't care. She's so goddamn wrong.
No, the nation's built on a basis of race, so that means we need more things built on the basis of race.
Yeah.
No.
It makes total sense.
Yeah.
You
The
know-
only way to stop a bad guy with a racism is with a good guy with a racism.
Exactly.
Fine. Yes, the United States of color. That's all we are now, huh?
It is an obvious attempt to safeguard white supremacy and privilege because the use of colorblind approaches will not undo the legacy of slavery that dictates the way opportunities sway.
Okay, did not at least one black person vote in favor of these things, of these judgments?
No, not
I
one.
know that what's her face recused herself from the one that wasn't Harvard, but did all
Ketanji
of them?
Brown Jackson.
Yeah, her, whoever
Yeah.
that dumb. Ooh, I can't identify what a woman is because I'm a
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
The one who is an affirmative action hire.
Yeah, an actual diversity hire. Yeah,
I remember when Justice Sotomayor basically came out and said, "I'm here because of affirmative action," and then everyone was like, "Yeah, we know."
No shit.
Mrs. Supreme Court Justice who doesn't understand the purpose of the 10th Amendment.
But I love the fact that she doesn't even realize that she's admitting she's unqualified by saying that. Like, if you say I'm here because of affirmative action, that means I couldn't be here by merit. They had to like put me in because of my race or my gender.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Clarence Thomas, who didn't have that, and the Democrats all railed against him when he was nominated. Yeah, no, he's a race traitor and a coon and all that stuff.
yeah, he's an Uncle Tom. Woo! Go for you. Go you.
YouTube, he means the cheese when he says that.
You know, never mind. Just never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say. If I remember it, I'll interrupt you, of course.
Was it about cheese?
Ooh, cheese. You know, I'm kind of pissed off because I actually spent $11 on a block of smoked mozzarella and the fucking thing molded after like 3 days.
You should have eaten it faster.
I can't eat a fucking pound of cheese in 2 days. No way.
Well,
Not with
maybe
that
you should be
attitude.
buying. Maybe you should be buying the mozzarella sticks, which you can open one at a time. Moonshock.
Oh
We
god,
have
this
those
this is
too.
a bad Seinfeld sketch. Clarence Thomas went on to criticize Ketanji Brown Jackson's dissent, saying that her opinion presented an obsession with race consciousness that far outstrips my or UNC's holistic understanding that race can be a factor that affects applicants' unique life experiences. This is what I discuss in my article, Why the Term Race-Obsessed is Strategically Used to Reject the Legacy of Slavery. A discriminatory defense like this from Thomas is indicative of the general abrasiveness in acknowledging America's past. Being race-obsessed is a label that aims to take the experiences of black people and slate them as delusional.
Hey,
Well,
hey,
maybe they should
here's
stop
an
being
idea.
delusional then.
Here's an idea. Maybe we should leave the past in the past and move
No,
on.
no, because all these fucking people that think like her, all they know how to do is live exactly where their head should not be, and that is in the past. You know, you could stick your head up your own ass and get much better color than you would be if you look backwards in time. It's just not going to happen because these people, they just can't fathom the idea of equality without having to, oh, look, hold this person up. Here's a boost. Here's a boost because you need it so much. Yet, and then she goes, well, this is such a political statement being made. No, it's not. This is something that should not have even been implemented in the first place. You know, nobody needs to be boosted. You get your own shit with your own merit, not having to say, here, free handouts, here's some money, here's some whatever the fuck benefits you need because you're so stupid you can't get on your own. You know, it's, you chose the wrong fucking article for me, Frosted. I'm just going to mute my mic now.
I don't think I did.
Oh, you did. Trust me.
Oh, you're in big trouble now. Now, Frosted.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
big
Moon's gonna kick my ass.
Yeah, motherfucker. Somehow I'll learn where you live or whatever.
It is a tactical strategy used to make and give the Supreme Court's decisions legitimate. Give the Supreme Court's decisions legitimate. Yeah, all right.
Exactly.
In her dissent, Jackson said that the argument made by the challengers that affirmative action programs are unfair blinks both history and reality in ways too numerous to count.
Guess what? History was yesterday. History does not account in today's fairness.
Too
Things
numerous.
could have been unfair yesterday and can be fair today. Two things can be true at once.
Too numerous to count. In other words, I don't want to give examples.
Yeah.
You know, there is a reason why people don't go over to poor-ass countries in poor-ass areas of the world looking for a foot up, or I'm sorry, no, a leg up. Because it just doesn't happen. Nobody wants to go there. Besides, the people that usually live there are not exactly the most intellectually gifted. You know, nobody wants to go to Zambia and be like, you know what? I want to be the smartest person in this country, but I'm gonna have to get me a leg up because you know what? I'm too smart. I'm too dumb to get into those colleges. Because wait, they don't have colleges there. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Oh, Garrett Heaven, call me.
I think Moon has gay ADD.
Wouldn't that be gay, DD?
I'm just waiting for Moon to tell Garrett Hedlund he's got some popsicles in his freezer in the basement.
Oh, I got some popsicles in my basement.
And then put him in a bed and put a wood block between his feet.
Pulling Ann Ramsey.
Let's see.
You aren't leaving this room, motherfucker. You're staying here forever.
Also saying that, but the response is simple. Our country has never been colorblind, Jackson said. Well, if she spelled colorblind with a U, she should be kicked out for being treasonous.
Terry.
Well, I think she finally did something right, and that she spelled color properly, but she's still retarded.
He said gate distracted by dick.
There you go. I think he's met you. I think he understands you very well.
Della.
America is not
Hey,
colorblind,
wait
and
a second. Why the fuck did you make Garrett Hedlund a mod?
what do you want me to not make Garrett Hedlund a mod?
Call me, Garrett. Call me.
America is not colorblind, and it won't be until systemic racism ends. That's why we need systemic racism.
You know, that just reminds me of Avengers. Wait, nobody will be different until nerd persecution ends. Oh, yeah, you're so fucking original, aren't you? Garrett, call me.
The word colorblind cannot continue to be used when black people in the nation are continuously discriminated against for the color of their skin. The decision to strike... What?
Mo, Mr. X says Moon stands under Garrett's bedroom window playing Tron Legacy soundtrack from a boombox.
The decision to strike down race-based affirmative action reflects how society continues to century the experiences and livelihoods of white people.
Well, that's actually the correct spelling of center.
That's centre.
No, that's century.
That's it, center.
Century. Oh, she's just misspelling the word century. Continue to century the experiences.
Yeah.
No, it's French. It's centre.
The experiences and livelihoods of white people at the expense of black and brown bodies.
Whatever.
I just love the bodies part because I know it goes back.
It's such a creepy thing to say. Why say that word?
And now the class of 2023, and they're like wheeling bodies covered in white sheets.
Such a creepy fucking thing to say. Why? Why that word in particular? Just say
maybe
people.
They want the black people to hit the floor and like they just let the bodies hit the floor.
All in an attempt to safeguard the preservation of systemic racism. Non-white people can no longer be treated as if they started this ruthless cycle of oppression when they only continue to experience it in their daily lives.
I just got reprimanded by a boiled potato. I'm not allowed to compare English to French. Proper English to French.
Yeah.
Why is it acceptable when white people benefit from systems of oppression? This can no longer be swept underneath the rug.
I said at the start of the article, because we're better.
Nowhere is this stupid fucking woman mentioning Asians because they're also getting discriminated against in these colleges. So it's not just the whiteys, dumb bitch.
No, a lot of the Asians are the ones complaining about affirmative action.
Yeah, they're the ones that they test the highest of any demographic.
They get penalized even more than white people under affirmative action.
Yeah, and they also make more on average too.
I love how they're not only arguing for systemic racism, but they're erasing minorities.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Now, with the end of the first article, comes the first game. And that is Sad Lib's Double Prompt Edition.
Oh, DP. Oh. I mean, sorry. My finger was hurting. So
No, that's his DP edition, which obviously stands for Dragon Punch.
Yeah. Where I take 4 headlines from Medium, take out 2 words, and you guys fill in those words. Yeah. Hi, son. Mad Lib style. And then the chat votes on which one is best.
Where? I don't see her.
Hmm?
Oh, because I was laughing. Never mind.
No.
Wait, did you just refer to me as my wife?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, Jack, I need a place.
She laughs a lot. So
How edgy do I want to go?
All of the edgy.
all of it.
How about Portland?
Ooh, that's a good one.
All right. Moon, I need a male person.
Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Joseph R. Biden.
Sorry. You know how in like Jackbox or whatever, it rejects it if you put the right answer.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna need another male person.
Yeah,
You need what? Oh, okay. Oh, because it matched it.
you guessed the headline correctly.
I just got the jinx. How about Barack Obama?
Kind of a lateral step, wouldn't you say?
Oh, no. Dylan Mulvaney. Yes, Mr. Dax. Thank you. Fuck Barack Obama. Fuck that guy. Right up his stupid ass.
Yeah,
I
because
want-
I mean, there's a very reasonable chance that it won't make the answer any better if you just go for the
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
All right. Terry, I need a person possessive.
Let's go Tommy Wiseau's.
Good one. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. How's your sex life?
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
You're my favorite customer.
All right. Camel, I need an adjective.
Double plus good.
What?
All right. Going for the
Yeah.
84 reference.
What?
All right. And let's see. Terry, give me a person possessive.
Let's see. You know what? I saw him in chat. Tier Alexander's.
You are tearing me apart, Moonshock.
All right. So Camel, give me a thing.
How about the thing?
No.
That's a living thing. That doesn't. That's.
Oh,
We
okay.
need something good. Something that goes with that stupid motherfucker that's in the first part of mine.
Moon's missing nipple.
something good. Sorry.
Moon's missing nipple. Good one. Hey, wait a second. There you are.
But is that what Camel said?
Yes.
Oh.
You might want to verify that with him, though.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. So, crap. Jack, give me an adjective.
Oh God. Just write chunky. Don't. Just
No,
say,
no. I have the perfect one because I have given Tommy Wiseau a high five in the past.
Oh God.
So I'm going to choose the word sticky.
God.
He's learned a second adjective. Nice.
All right. And Moon, give me a living thing.
How about lesbian?
All right. So let's see. Jax is the Portland of Tears. Tyr Alexander's genocide is not distant history.
Can I just say, well done, Tyr. Well done.
Yeah, Tyr, if you could wipe out Portland for us, that would be great. All right. Let's see. And Moons. Dylan Mulvaney has dementia, and it is wickedly evil to use him as a moon's missing nipple.
No.
It doesn't really work.
You destroyed my victory streak, damn
That's-
you.
Yeah, you can't use a phrase. You can't use something that's too long. Otherwise, it doesn't have any punchiness.
If you got rid of Moons, then it's wickedly evil to use him as a missing nipple.
Oh, I would just put the word nipple. Like if you got rid of the first two, just so it's wickedly evil to use him as a nipple would fit better.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's too late. My
It is.
winning streak has been destroyed.
Uh,
Damn you, Camel.
Glad I could help.
Fucker.
All right. And Terry's the father I want to be for Tommy Wiseau's sticky child.
Ew.
All right, and camels. The fear of a double plus good black president, especially if it's a lesbian.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I have no idea what double plus good is, but okay.
It's from
I won't
1994.
lie,
It's
of
better
these-
than good. It's
Yeah.
double.
none of these were particularly impressive to me.
No.
I mean,
vote.
I'd actually vote for mine just because, like,
Tommy Wiseau
it-
gets the vote just because.
it's kind of like the best of a bad bunch. None of them are really amazing.
Yes.
I might vote for Terry's or maybe for mine. I would say they're about even.
I
Yeah.
won't be getting any votes tonight. God damn it. Man, see, I'm.
Thanks, Camel.
Thanks,
You did
Camel.
good.
Yeah, Camel, you suck.
No. He did good. He
It's
ruined Moon's answer. I
It's
liked
the ginger hatred that you harbor, isn't it?
it.
No, Frost is my running mate. What are you talking about? I don't hate that.
Liar!
Yeah,
In reality, Hate Camel should have ruined my answer.
yeah. Camel's gonna help me establish the ginger ethno state. Glass Camel 2024.
Glass
And I will
Glass camel.
and I will be the king of Oklahoma and protector of Texas.
Yeah.
Will you be changing your name to Kamala Harris?
Oh,
No.
I see what you did there.
Camel, if you start an underwear company, will it be called Camel Jockeys?
Oh my god.
I like where your head's at. Yeah.
The capital of your area of America has to be called Camelot.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the new capital once I take over the state.
And who will be the vice president? Kamala Harris.
And also, we have 27 viewers and only 14 likes.
Slackers.
I see 15. So
Slackers.
So you're making Terry see things that's so low.
See, apparently they are also recusing themselves from the vote. It's so
All right.
terrible. I don't want to vote for anything.
Think we can call it there. So looks like Terry wins with 57%.
woo.
Camel, why do you hate me so much?
It's the missing nipple. It just throws everything off balance.
Is it because I'm incomplete? Is that why you hate me?
Yes.
Terry, shut up.
It looks like we're gonna have to annex Washington State and Oregon because Tier says he wants it.
What state was it?
Washington State,
And
Oregon.
Oregano.
no. How pronounce it again correctly?
Was it supposed to be
Oregon?
Oregon?
It's not. Okay, the last syllable is
Oregon.
Oregon. It's Oregon, not Oregon. It's not two sentences. It's three. It's three syllables. Oregon.
Oregon.
Oregon?
No.
Oregon.
No,
Oregon.
It's Oregon.
Yeah, you're saying it the same as us.
No,
Oregon.
no,
Oregon.
no.
I think that we should take a hiatus and play some Oregon Trails, everyone.
No. Say it right, damn it.
All right.
I
So
lived
now,
there for over 20 years. I know how to pronounce the fucking name.
yeah, the same as us.
You'd think you would. Yes, you'd think so.
No,
but-
just because I live in the Eastern time zone now does not mean that I have to say it wrong.
All right. Now, our second article. Why you shouldn't use the term gold digger.
Yeah.
Yes, because you change that D to something else, and
Written by a gold digger.
Lilith Holstrom.
So
Or
this
Hellstrom?
is what was it Kanye was singing about?
I just-
Lilith Hellstrom. Okay.
I just love when the purpose of an article is so transparently like for oneself. Because obviously this author was called a gold digger and they got
Yeah.
very, very offended, and then they wrote this article because I'm not a gold digger, I just want man's money. I deserve
Yeah.
man's money because I'm a woman.
Well, maybe they were messing with a broke nigger.
How the
Hmm.
fuck can somebody that looks that hot be with this kind of a fucking attitude?
I think you just answered your own question.
Oh, no, that's just a shame. All right, here's your picture. I am very, very disappointed.
It
There you
hurts.
go. There she is. It's a shame. Somebody that looks like that has to have this kind of opinion.
It's a shame.
I mean,
the way you mess around with your man. Sorry.
I mean, give her a
not
ball
to
gag
sound
and
like
it's
Jack, but I mean those hips are a little wide.
I don't care.
She's gonna be pear shaped by the time she's 35.
I don't know. I think she's too skinny. I like him with a little meat on him.
She doesn't look skinny.
Give her another 5 to 10
point that
frosted,
she's
and
fat.
she'll be right there for you, buddy.
That's
What'd you say, Terry?
As soon as you said she's too skinny, Snowflake said she's fat.
okay. I wouldn't. Yeah, she's not a 10, but I would probably give that about maybe a 7, maybe 7.5.
Let's not turn this into the whatever podcast.
Well, she is wearing a couple of black feathered wings, so I guess that would actually downgrade her. So that would probably make her about a 5.
It hurts women as a whole when people call women gold diggers. Here's why.
It hurts gold diggers as a whole when you call women holes.
Terry, they're bonus holes.
My mistake.
Oh, that was something else.
They're not just holes, they're special holes that you win.
Whoa!
Yes.
Bonus hole. That was the most unflattering thing I've ever heard in my life.
I don't know. I think front hole was pretty unflattering.
Front hole.
I don't know. I think bonus hole edges it out.
Bonus hole is funnier, definitely.
I mean,
It
yeah,
is
bonus hole
funny.
makes it sound like you want a prize. Front hole just, that's.
Women have less money. Let me start off by telling you some facts. 1. It wasn't until the 1960s that women were allowed to have a bank account in the United States. 2. Women couldn't get credit cards on their own until 1974 in the U.S.
Okay, quick question. What year is it right now?
2023, which is
So
pretty much the same as
40 years?
1960.
This woman is writing about shit that, hasn't been an issue since before she was born.
Something bad happened in the past.
Probably since before her
forever.
parents were born.
It is forever now. It's forever. Forever. No, it's forever now.
There are still many women alive today who at one point couldn't have their own bank account or credit card.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they
like
can
3 months old.
now.
If they didn't want to be homeless, they fully had to depend on men for all their financial needs. Now, I'm pretty sure women were allowed to work.
Yeah.
Although the United States passed laws to make things more fair and give women more power to make and control their own money, discrimination still exists in things like the wage gap between men and women.
We need Shoe on Head. Get Shoe on Head as a guest for one of these articles. She's got the button. She just hits the button and
Yeah. Let's see. These events are still affecting. That's the wrong spelling of affecting women and the choices they make when they choose romantic partners to this day. Christianity tries to hold back women. With the prevalence of Christianity in churches in the U.S., there are also many people who push for the idea of women staying at home and never working.
yeah, a lot of women want that.
The amount of people going to church is at the lowest it's been in fucking forever.
It used to be back in the day that if a woman didn't want to work, they would stay at home and be a mother. Now they just become a games journalist.
I'll be right back, guys.
The church I grew up in, for example, always taught that a woman's highest calling was to stay at home and take care of the house and kids. In case you think it's only my church that taught these things, here's a man lecturing women about how staying at home and mothering are a woman's highest calling.
Oh, so there's at least one other place where they said this. your point is absolutely spot on, correct, and valid now.
Yeah. I mean, 2 examples is all you need to say that it's
Yeah.
nationwide. He even uses 1 Timothy 2:15a. But all right, is this the Bible or an instruction manual? To justify his belief. This is what that verse says. But women will be saved through childbirth.
Okay.
So one cherry-picked line out of one verse of one chapter of one book of the Bible. Okay.
Yeah, I think she's proven her point. He
Yeah,
believes
it's bulletproof so far.
This is medium. We don't need evidence.
Good.
where we're going, we don't need facts.
You're saying more than real evidence ever could.
He believes women are at their...
When this baby hits the Jewish question, you're gonna see some serious shit.
It has to hit 1488 miles per hour. He believes women are at their best when they are at home, taking care of kids. He thinks that is what
agree.
God wants.
I don't not with the God part, but I think most women would be happier as housewives and taking care of the kids than working a 9 to 5.
It's a common belief among conservative Christians. Many women
And Muslims.
Yeah.
No, just Christians.
And Orthodox Jews.
Like Asians, they don't exist.
And a lot of Hindus.
Many women, when trying to follow God, adhere to the belief. My own father, when he raised me, told me that all the problems society is facing right now are due to women trying to go back to work and seeking abortions. Yeah,
I like her father. Her father sounds cool.
$5 says he didn't actually say that.
No, I hope he did, and I hope he's on Twitter so I can follow him.
Yeah. He said these things should have never happened. So where does that leave women? In order for a woman to stay at home and not have strong career ambitions, she must be financially dependent on her husband. So women are given the message time and time again that they must seek out marriage for financial stability, so they can stay at home and raise children. Yet when they actually do this, when they try to find the most support possible, they are called a gold digger.
I think you're deliberately misinterpreting what a gold digger actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen any gold diggers that are like intent on having children and wanting to stay home and cook and clean and shit like that. No.
These women are accused of using the men they date, but are they really? In order to be a gold digger, the woman must look the part and play the part. Men complain about gold digging women wanting expensive purses, hair, makeup, and clothes, but all those things are there to make them pretty on the outside. They're supposed to be pretty on the outside so that they're sexually pleasing the man. Women who are gold diggers talk in high-pitched voices. They do?
Okay.
I'm sorry, can we just go back to that last paragraph for a second? The whole, expensive purses and hair and makeup and clothes. That just tells me that A, gold diggers, and B, our author here, don't know what fucking men want.
Yeah, I don't know a
Dudes
man...
don't care if you have an expensive purse or if you just had your hair did. A lot of dudes will take you with no makeup, wearing like a fucking button-up shirt and nothing else.
No. When you go to Pornhub, check it out. There's always an expensive purse in every shot. It's just what men want.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a dude can't get hard unless you got a Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, exactly.
They're expected to be kind and patient as much as possible, because the man will discard them if they're too obnoxious.
As he should.
They're also supposed to be sexually available whenever the man has needs.
As they should.
I'm going to borrow a line from Johnny Hellcat now. Have you tried not being a bitch?
I think you need to preface that Garrett Hedlund's good friend, Johnny Hellcat.
Oh.
Let's see. They make everything about their personality and appearance pleasing to the man. If one person is using the other, it's the man using the woman. He's giving her money, yes, but in exchange for her changing everything about herself to make him happy. The man holds the power. He's the one with the power to get rid of her because he owns the bank account. He's the one who controls the relationship.
If you have based your entire relationship upon receiving financial goods from a man, yes, the man very much is in control of the relationship, but that is a position you've volunteered for.
Yeah. It's like getting a job and then, being surprised when you don't get money anymore for stopping doing that job.
Yeah.
Also, is our author just confusing whores for gold diggers? Because kind of sounds like they're confusing whores for gold diggers.
Do whores have high-pitched voices?
What?
I'm sure some do.
Like, I'm expecting her to start describing gold diggers like some kind of new animal species. They have red
Just like the National
plumage.
Geographic music starts playing in the background.
They have red plumage, long, majestic necks.
What? Beautiful bird, the Norwegian blue. Beautiful plumage.
Okay, she's the one who has to bend over backwards in order to make him happy. He's purchasing her to be his fantasy, and all she gets in return is some money. It's money that he gets to enjoy too.
I mean, they don't always have to bend over backwards. A lot of the times, they can just bend over forwards.
Yeah. And how many gold diggers are not doing it willingly?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure they're not being sold into slavery here.
No.
Yeah. If you accept money from a man, voluntarily, mind you, and he has expectations, you either meet the expectations or you don't get the money. That's all there is to it. You're a whore.
Who is making someone so dependent on them that they must bend over backwards to please them?
You.
Feminism means protecting gold diggers. I mean,
And that means you don't have any real problems left, lady.
I kind of agree. It's no coincidence that sugar daddies like this also hate feminism. If women become independent and start making their own money, then gold diggers would no longer do whatever these men want them to do in order to gain access to their wealth.
OnlyFans exists. Women are allowed to work, and they're still choosing OnlyFans because it's easy money to sell sex.
No, I'm convinced that they've misconstrued gold diggers for whores. That's why they keep putting it in quotation marks.
Well,
they're just using it as a euphemism.
Pardon me for asking, but what's the difference between a gold digger and a whore?
Well, a whore you actually hire to do a service.
You pay a whore to leave.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You're not paying them for the sex. You're paying them to leave afterwards. The gold digger sticks around.
Is, with a whore, you are explicitly hiring them for the purposes of sex. With a gold digger, she is seeking out rich men and entering voluntary relationships with them. Like, you date a gold digger, and then she takes all your money, whereas you hire a whore. And
it's kind of like a babysitter versus a nanny. One's long term, and one's like for one night.
I think that's a good comparison.
Yeah. That's So and I'm pretty sure that even if this author's description of totally equal workplaces and all that were around, then I'm pretty sure there would still be women who are just like, I don't want to work. I want to just bang a guy every now and then and live in his mansion.
Of course.
So using the phrase gold digger hurts women. It implies that the woman is the predator and that she's taking money from a man that she doesn't deserve. It's saying that even though she gave everything about herself up, and possibly submitted herself to physical surgery and unnecessary medical procedures in order to make the man happy, she should get nothing in exchange.
No. She's getting money in exchange. That's the whole point.
What? Why do you not understand this basic transaction? This is transactional.
They don't.
You give something, you get something.
Yeah, they don't understand transactions. She did this out of a necessity to survive, but everyone ignores that. It's letting the patriarchy win. Yeah, she had to whore herself out and get, breast implants and all that stuff. Otherwise, she would starve.
Won't somebody think of the whores?
Yeah, I know.
These rich men who have these gold digger wives and girlfriends choose these women because money is all they have to offer.
Well, that's actually true. That if you're dating a gold digger, it's probably because you can't get a woman who likes you for you, and you have to basically impress them with money.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of handsome rich guys who still have gold digger wives.
Well, I mean, sure, but typically, if you can get a non-gold digger, even if you're rich, you would prefer someone who likes you for you, not just because you're rich.
Mm.
So, if you're settling for a gold digger, you probably can't get anyone better.
They don't have looks or a good personality. If they had those things, then they wouldn't have a wife who only liked them for the wealth they bring.
Well, I actually agree with the author on something.
Despite using these women, sugar daddies don't want to live up to their end of the bargain many times, which is why they invented this phrase.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What-
You get money.
I heard the term gold digger long before I ever heard of sugar daddies, sugar babies, shit like that. That came
Yeah.
along later. Like this author may be somewhat attractive on a scale of 1 to 10, but she's dumber than a box of rocks.
I bet you the author's mid.
I mean, Moon showed her picture earlier. She's about a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean-
you can't trust photos on the internet.
That's also fair. Yeah.
Yes.
As someone on eHarmony, I have personal evidence to that effect.
Mhm.
And I want to say I apologize for that, Jack. I didn't know it was you.
Oh,
It implies that the woman is the user instead of him. It says that she's done nothing and deserves nothing, so she should be
I mean, they're
discarded
both
like
each other.
trash.
I mean, I thought we already established that they're both users. She's using his bank account. He's using her bonus hole. Come on
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's a symbiotic relationship. Like those things that cling on to sharks and eat the stuff off them.
Oh, the remoras. Yeah.
These sugar daddies want to be respected while people look down on the woman they're dating. So they call her...
they want to bust a nut.
And also, they probably got rich somehow. So, I mean, if
They
they
don't
run
need a whore's respect. They got it somewhere else. That's where they got the money from.
If they're the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, then they probably have respect.
Yes.
So they call her a gold digger. That's why it's misogynistic.
I'm
Okay.
still not convinced. This author doesn't know the difference between a whore and a gold digger. I know they definitely don't understand the sugar daddy, sugar baby thing.
Now, gold diggers are basically slaves. They have no choice. They have to suck a rich dick or be out on the street starving.
Oh,
All right.
she's a
Hard
gold
life.
digger. Just thought you should know, nigga. Sorry.
All right.
Convenient,
And
Jack.
And now it's time for our second game, which is for the chat only, not Jack. And that is the caption contest, where I will show a photo of a political figure or event, and the chat has to come up with the caption for it, and whichever one we like best, I'll tweet out after the show.
As the stand-in boob liker, I will not be making a caption either.
All right. Let's
Kiss ass.
Hey, it says there right on the screen, I like boobs prohibited. I like boobs, so I will refrain.
Terry, you get a gold star. Okay.
Hey,
So this week
Oh,
we
it's
have
my favorite Jew.
Oh.
good old Greta Thunberg and Ukraine for a meeting about the climate, because that is the worst problem Ukraine is facing right now.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah. Hmm. She looks extra cunty in this picture, too.
I mean,
She-
at least she's growing into her face a little bit. Not much, but a little bit.
She looks like Bob Cratchit just asked her for Christmas off.
Got that lumberjack shirt on, too. Okay, you people are 4 days early for fireworks, man. Good Lord.
Johnny just admitted in chat that he plans to cheat, so
I'm playing regardless.
unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Okay, we're getting nothing in chat.
I'm bored. Can I please
Oh.
get back to my private chat?
Yeah, so we've got one entry so far.
Right. Greta is dreaming about Jack Gunsky being her sugar daddy.
That actually says Griata.
Yeah.
Grita.
Griata of Oregon.
What do you say, Jack? You want to jump on that grenade for the whole of humanity?
Why?
Let's see. Oh no, my solar-powered butt plug just died. How will I get through this with only my vibrating panties? My plane is bigger than his. Let's see. I promised to let Zelensky and his friends use my bonus hole for the weekend if they let me hold a conference on climate change.
Bonus hole.
Should I start an OnlyFans once my climate change phase is over? Yeah, she is. She has nothing special to look at.
No.
I specifically asked for non-plastic water bottles. Do I start with "How dare you," or do I wait for Vlad to rub up against me?
Fucking?
Oh, then.
Is that a proposal, Garrett? I don't know.
Hey.
Maybe
Sorry,
it's like
man, it looks
fucking
you've
what?
got a competition.
I wish you could just like walk up to women and be like, "Hey, fucking, what do you think?"
Hey, baby, you want fuck?
Nice tits. Want a fuck?
I hope this water is GMO free. Let's see. I wonder why nobody has tried to cop a feel yet.
She's a lumberjack and she's okay.
Yeah, she's a lumberjack and that's okay.
James Colley gets points for the Python reference.
I got raped in the ass for this. You will fucking listen, dammy?
Damnly?
Damn it.
Oh,
I wonder if Tron Legacy is a terrible superhero movie.
It's not
Okay,
a superhero movie.
Hey, that Garrett wins.
No.
All right, give it a few more seconds. Let's see. Those African kids better be still mining my cobalt. After this is over, I'm gonna go to my hotel room and lumberjack it so hard. So how long can we keep up these doomsday predictions before people notice?
Yeah.
All right, I think I'll cut it off there. So, which one are your favorites?
Well, Garrett wins.
The Tron Legacy superhero one.
I'm partial to Ebony's. Should I start an OnlyFans once my climate change phase is over?
I have to agree.
Oh
I like
god,
that
that's not that I don't think that I can in good conscience vote for that because it makes me imagine an OnlyFans with Greta Thunberg.
Well, yeah, you put it in her butthole. She'll be like, "How dare you!"
I think I'll go with Mr. Dax. Those African kids better still be mining my cobalt.
Let's see. So, all right. So Jack says Dax. Terry went with James
Garrett.
Colley. Oh, Garrett.
No, I'm with Garrett Hedlund.
Moonshock, what'd you go with?
I went with the OnlyFans one.
Camel.
I went with Ebony's OnlyFans one.
All right, so that's 2 for OnlyFans.
We win.
Well, I haven't voted yet.
Oh, your vote doesn't matter.
Let's see.
I almost said because you're a ginger, but then again, so am I. So
Yeah.
I guess that
No, I
mine
would-
doesn't count either.
I would say because he's an American.
Oh, damn.
It's. I think I might have to go with the African kids.
Yeah. Well, if it'll break the tie, I'll go with the African kids. I'll change my vote.
All right.
Weak.
So
Well,
it looks-
otherwise it's going to be a 2-all draw, so I would have to change my vote. So I will vote for the African kids.
all right. So looks like Mr. Dex wins this week.
All
Yeah. Right. Just copy that down. All right. And now onto our third article. 11 powerful Chaucer agreements to achieve healing,
Nice.
strength, and unity.
What? Oh my god.
No.
Who is this? Oh, look, it's good old
funny.
Laura Quainu.
And I like that she knows no one has any idea what the fuck a Chaucer is, so she actually puts it in the image. It's like, okay, this is what the hell I'm talking about.
It shouldn't even be Chaucer. It should be Casa.
Yes, it should.
Yeah, it's a work in progress as we steer toward a more united front. A few days ago, I wrote an essay appealing to black people that we adopt some uniformity in terms of how we present ourselves to the world. So black people should become a monolith.
Yes.
I warned that failing to do so will further harm us if we're not careful. If you missed that essay, you may read it here. But today, I'd like us to focus on developing a standard we can adhere to in support of our healing and to help us foster greater strength and unity.
Picture in chat, just as a reminder.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
It's like if Rachel Dolezal played Ursula.
It's like if Rachel Dolezal cosplayed as a Latina.
11 Chaucer agreements. Number 1. I will practice kindness, grace, and forgiveness toward my fellow Chaucer.
The fuck
Having
is a Chaucer?
It was
Children,
in the picture at the top.
Oh,
Black people.
yes,
children of
okay.
stolen and sold out. Yeah, it's just black people.
Whatever. Fuck you, bitch. I'm done.
Having survived all that we have and continuing to endure all that we must, we are deeply traumatized people. As such, we've acquired some
are.
traits and habits that simply aren't healthy for us as individuals or as a group. With this in mind, we need to be a bit kinder to one another while extending grace, understanding, and forgiveness as we guide ourselves through our own healing and recovery. Number 2. I will be patient with Chaucer who haven't yet learned to love blackness.
Uh-huh.
How many times have you called Justice Thomas a coon in the last 24 hours?
Well, he's a race traitor.
Well, that's a white lady that wrote this, so she probably just went straight hard R.
Let's see. We simply cannot continue to write each other off for behaving in ways white supremacy has shaped Chaucer into being. Some of us have yet to realize the ways in which we've been brainwashed and taught to hate ourselves and each other. While we won't allow our fellow Chaucer to remain in a collapsed state, we commit to being patient with one another as each learns and grows out of the brainwashing at our own pace.
I would love to see this person have actually gone to Brazil, Cuba, Haiti, all those other places that they, listed up top, and to just see how people respond to this bullshit she's spewing.
Well, those are the brainwashed ones. They're under the control of the white people. That's number 3. I will listen to and believe Chaucer first. Our presence is a global one. We cannot assume that the way things work in our corner of the world is the same for everyone. Therefore, we must tune into and listen to our fellow Chaucer on events happening in their corner of the earth. Never should we take anyone else's POV, including non-Chaucer media, without checking in with Chaucer on the ground first.
Chaucer on the ground. What about Chaucer in the sky? Flying black people.
Chaucer in the sky with caddies. Number 4. I will support Chaucer-owned businesses and projects in my community and online as much as possible. We are a creative people who work hard as leaders and entrepreneurs. Each of us must find ways to support our fellow Chaucer. Whether online or in person, let us put our money where our hearts are and patronize Chaucer whenever we can. I mean, I agree they're patronizing black people. Number 5. I will report to jury duty when I am called to serve.
Well, you kind of should do that regardless of your race.
Well, yeah, but not after what she's about to say, I'm sure.
How can black people be tried by a jury of their peers if we, who are their peers, are not willing to serve on juries? The criminal justice system isn't fair, and it won't change on its own. Attorneys, judges, and juries are all instrumental in determining the fate of those who end up in the system, and so we simply must do our part whenever the opportunity arises.
I hope that when you do get called for jury duty, that you present this article to the judge the first thing you do, just to show them how serious you are.
Oh yeah, that should be the first thing you bring up during voir dire.
Yeah. The defendant's not a cracker, is he? Number 6.
I will change the batteries in the smoke detector.
I will choose to focus on Chaucer positives more than negatives. We will look for the
runners.
What?
Like they're good runners? Is that kind of thing?
I hope that if you do test Chaucer positive, you get that checked out.
You just take some penicillin, you'll be fine.
Yeah. We will look for the positive in every person and situation involving Chaucer. This doesn't mean we turn a blind eye to flaws and weaknesses, or that we can't spend time examining those things. Rather, we won't dwell on the negatives simply for the sake of doing so. May our call to focus on healing be stronger than the urge to drag another black person's name and reputation through the mud just because we can.
I wonder if this person had anything to say on the whole Jonathan Majors case.
Who's Jonathan Majors?
Kang the Conqueror.
Oh, yeah. What was he accused of?
He was accused of domestic violence. And now it's coming out that they've got video that he was the one being assaulted.
Yeah. Well, men can't be assaulted. 7. I will use my words to edify all Chaucer. Each one teach one is a proverb created by our ancestors when they were enslaved in the U.S. If one learned to read and write, she or he would seek to teach others to do the same. Today, as we learn empowering new lessons and practices, we will not keep information to ourselves, but we will seek to
you Octagon?
But we will seek to enlighten and build all Chaucer with the knowledge we acquire. In other words, bring new members to the cult.
I've heard black people talk. I'm not convinced they can read and write.
Oh, Jesus.
8. I will never verbally or physically attack another Chaucer.
Don't attack anybody.
We've suffered enough violence and don't need any more from one another.
You know, I find it funny that these statements seem oddly exclusionary. You won't physically attack a Chaucer, so who will you physically attack?
Nobody. That's- Whether in word or deed, I will seek peaceful interaction with my fellow Chaucer. Even when upset and my last button is pushed, I vow to never verbally or physically attack another Chaucer.
I'm gonna take a guess and say you weren't gonna do that anyway because nigga's gonna kill you.
Yeah. 9. I will avoid arguing or fighting with another Chaucer. When I feel a need to defend myself, I will avoid returning aggressive energy to a fellow Chaucer. Placing my ego aside, I will instead speak to my sister or brother with respect while endeavoring to honor our ancestors and the experiences that bond us by de-escalating situations so that peace may prevail. Yeah, some guy's starting a fight with you and you're like, we must honor our ancestors.
Dude, you crashed into my car. We must honor our ancestors.
10. I will apply the same standards of honor to Africans as I do Chaucer. Remembering that we come from the same root, I will be mindful to interact with Africans on and from the continent with the same respect and honor I give to my fellow Chaucer. In rebuilding what was lost, I realize the importance of re-establishing the bonds broken between Chaucer and continental Africans, and I will do my best to foster healthy relationships with our African sisters and brothers of like mind.
I would love to hear a Nigerian respond to your bullshit.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't actual Africans have like their own slurs for Black Americans?
Oh yeah, they are not a fan.
Yeah, idiots.
Yeah, I forget what it is, but I remember reading about some slur that they had for Black Americans.
Oh, remember? Does anyone remember the video of like what the Jamaican woman who has like a resort, and she doesn't want any blacks in her resort ever again because they were just so awful when they were in her place. They were just entitled and awful to her.
Yeah, and the entire African continent, not a single DMV.
That's true.
A travesty.
And finally, number 11. And remember, this is not a cult or religion, guys.
Mhm.
I will make it my mission in life to visit West or Central Africa at least once.
Check out Liberia; it'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just realized I am in fact black because I have no idea where the DMV is. Like, I know it's not in Australia; it's somewhere in America, but I couldn't tell you where a single one is.
Yeah, but you didn't vote for Biden. Although you could have, I suppose. Did you help
So
fortify
I
it?
wonder if that makes me just kind of beige. Like I've got some black, some not black, so I'm just kind of in the middle.
Yeah. Before the final closing of my eyes, I will do my best to visit West or Central Africa on behalf of my ancestors who longed to return to their homeland, but never could. The homeland of their ancestors who probably sold each other into slavery.
But it was the good slavery, not like the white people's slavery.
Your homeland is a total stranger to you. You have nothing in common with it whatsoever, except distant ancestry, which you also have nothing in common with.
The entire
Maybe she's got
Africa
AIDS. If she's got AIDS, that'd be a link back to Africa.
or malaria.
Yeah, that works.
Let's see. The entire African continent is a rich source of beauty and inspiration, but as Chaucer, we by and large come from two distinct regions, West and Central. We know for certain that no matter where they originated, our ancestors had to come through West Africa, as they were sent through so-called doors of no return, and forced onto ships which carried them away. We are made up of their genes, their lessons, their wisdom, and their grit. It's time to carry all of that back as we show the devil he's a damn lie and return our ancestors to a land they were told they'd never see again.
You possess none of those things.
But
You-
also, your ancestors are probably dead. How are you going to show them the country that they can't return to?
I'll put it to you this way. You don't know how to unlock your car with your keys, and you don't know how to replace the battery on your key fob. If your key fob dies in the middle of nowhere, you're fucking doomed.
And also, you're probably just visiting the people whose ancestors sold your ancestors into slavery.
Yeah, true.
You possess no real life skills whatsoever. You have no resemblance to your ancestry.
Let's see.
'Cause
Shout out.
your ancestry had to work, and if they didn't work, then they literally starved to death.
Yeah. Or
That
become
sounds like
gold
white
diggers.
supremacy,
Shout out to Ernest Edwards, not to be confused with Ernest Evans, the video game, for suggesting I start this conversation about a code all Chaucer might live by. Yeah, I don't think she didn't like walk down from the Sinai holding these rules.
That's
Jack.
I think Ernest suggested you start this conversation so you'd stop talking to him.
Yeah,
He wanted you to write this shit down so he didn't have to listen to it anymore.
Well, being earnest is very important.
yeah, that's
Damn
what I
it,
heard.
Terry.
I mean, it wasn't waiting for Godot this time.
That's true.
These are just a few ideas off the top of my head, but I really don't think creating our global standard can be a one-person job. As Chaucer are found in every corner of the globe, consider this to be a starter document, or a rough draft, if you will. That said,
How many Chaucer are there in China?
I mean, there are probably a lot of Chaucer in Africa. Like, they were enslaved in Africa.
And sold.
True.
Yeah.
That's such a. But man, use this as the document. Gee, what a self-righteous and sophomoric thing to say. What are you, 12?
I bring you these 15. I mean 11 commandments.
Yeah. She had a vision where Harambe reached down and gave her these commandments.
Don't you have any like shame or you know what? There's a Japanese term for this. What's it? Chuniboru or something like that.
Hentai.
No, basically it's this phase middle schoolers go through in Japan, where they pretend to be like they actually pretend to be a fantasy character, and it's extremely embarrassing. It's known as basically
I believe
the
they call them
embarrassing
weebs.
phase.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
this is a little different. But that's what that kind of statement puts me in mind of.
Let's see.
Evolved has it in chat, apparently.
Yeah, it's Chunibyo.
But-
So
Yeah. But it's
Chun-Li,
pronounced.
is how you say that?
But it's pronounced Oregon. All right.
No.
It's
You know,
spelled Raymond Luxury Yacht, but it's pronounced Throat Wobbler Mangrove.
Let's see. Now it's your turn. What do you think about this list? What should be added or removed? I'm passing the mic to you with full confidence that our little community here on Medium can set a standard other Chaucer will eventually and happily embrace for our own growth and empowerment.
See, this is how I know this bitch is white. She thinks that all black people are gonna. No, sorry.
Oh, Ernest Edwards commented. Thanks for the shout out and for getting our great idea off the drawing board. Yada yada yada.
We've got an official opinion from an official black person. Ebony Williams said this list is stupid.
I can't say that I don't agree because I do.
And T says remove 1 to 20. So
Yeah, so
We
you're
have-
saying like get rid of the whole list and the next 9 that you come up with.
yeah.
All right. So now it's time for the final game of the night,
Terry's favorite.
Yes.
and that is Bo or No Gender Edition.
yay!
And that where I give you.
I've mentioned it before, but My gender is up for deletion on the wiki, so we need to make sure that everyone tells them 60 FPS plus gender is in fact real.
Are they erasing you? Whoa, man,
They are. That's exactly what they're doing.
this is a genocide.
Yeah.
It's a gendercide.
Ooh.
All right, and
So
this is where
is there ever going to be one called gender when you
Probably.
can't figure out what the hell a gender is, so you just identify with that?
I don't know.
I'm still waiting for woman to be one of the genders.
Fake.
Like no one knows what that is, so that's the fake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
right.
There's no. It just says woman, and underneath there's no definition.
Yeah,
at all.
I mean, if a Supreme Court justice can't fucking define what a woman is,
She's not a biologist, Moonshock.
fucking dumb bitch.
Yeah. Woman, I don't know. I'm not a biologist. Or woman. A woman is what a woman thinks that she's a woman.
That's the biggest fucking cop out I've ever
A
heard.
woman is
Oh,
what
I'm
she
not a
says she
biologist.
Anyone who
which is a
identifies
woman.
as a woman.
Uh-huh.
All right, and this is where I give you 3 genders, 2 of which are from the LGBTIA wiki, meaning they're 100% real, and 1 I made up, and you have to figure out which one is made up. And I'll even give you a short description of each one. All right, so gender
Female.
A. Gender A, chalky fluid.
What? Oh my god.
Gross.
Xenogender, in which one's gender is fluid and feels chalky.
Well,
You?
that clears everything up right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now I want to vomit.
Gender
Chalky
B.
fluid sounds like something you called dehydrated milk.
Hmm.
Chalky fluid sounds like they're describing like Pepto Bismol.
Gender B. Frozen fluid.
What?
Gender that feels like it should be fluid, but is frustratingly constant.
I think frozen fluid is like Canadian jizz.
All right. And gender C. Fluid.
What?
Gender
God.
constantly changing unpredictably and may be fluid between fluid genders.
That one is so
Oh,
fucking
God.
dumb it has to be real.
All right. And I'll start a poll for the chat so you can get in on it. And don't forget one of the options is that they're all real.
You know, there is another word, or there's another another term for B. It's called ice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Mr. Jack says B is
I think-
Eskimo P.
No, I think B is fake because if it was real, it would be a reference to the Disney movie, not to being cold or stuck or anything like
I vote that they're all fake and gay.
that.
All right. So let's see. Jack, what are you going with?
I'll go with, I don't know, B. It doesn't matter. It's a crapshoot.
All right. Moon.
I'm gonna also go with B.
All right. Terry.
I poisoned the well. So I said B, now everyone's copying me.
Okay.
Are you sticking with it?
Yeah.
Right.
Stop copying me, quote Terry Diamantis.
I
Camel?
did not copy you. I did not.
I'm gonna say A because everyone knows chalk is white, and there's no way these kids are gonna identify as something that's yeah.
Ra-
A is fake.
A
Definitely.
is completely racist.
Mhm.
Let's see. Chat is going with B with all real in second.
Oh, is there a gender called white fluid? Because they'd be like, oh, no, you mean semen? Oh, gotcha.
I mean, that is gender fluid.
Exactly. See?
Yeah.
We don't have 18 choices up there, tier, so R is not an acceptable answer.
Did you actually count the letters to get to 18? Or are you just throwing one out there?
No, I've always known that T is the 20th and R is
Yeah,
2
that's
before
how
T,
I
so
remember it too.
Ah,
I always remember
okay.
T is 20.
There you go. See? No, I counted backwards from Z.
You mean Z?
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, I should probably say Z, because apparently What the fuck? Oh, he's starting a train.
Look,
All right.
Frosted is just one of the knights who says "knee." I don't know what the other racist people are doing in
Yeah.
chat.
Mr.
Yeah,
Dax, no.
What the hell, chat? Come on.
All
right. So I think I'll end the poll there. So it looks like chat went with B, followed by A. All right. And the answer is
It's gonna be C, guaranteed.
B is fake.
Oh yeah, 3 of us got it right.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I knew I wanted them all to be fluid, but
Yeah.
So where did you come up with frozen then? Is it just you just picked a random word and said fuck it, something fluid?
I don't know. I was toying with a few different ones, like runny fluid,
Ew.
brake fluid. I don't know.
Brake fluid. Call it transgender fluid.
All right, and let's look at the flags. So the chalky fluid one is very boring. Like even the colors on it are dull.
Is it all just white?
I mean, kind of appropriate if you think about it.
But the one for fluid is the ugliest one we have seen yet.
Here we go. Hit me, baby.
That's
Oh
just.
God, that is awful.
Wow.
That's too many
What the-
jagged lines for a fluid deal. Come on.
That is so bad. I don't even think it was drawn in MS Paint. I think it was just someone had a copy of Photoshop and just did a terrible job of it.
I mean, they put effort into it, but to what end?
No, I think they were trying to do lines, but they have Parkinson's.
Yeah.
It's chaotic, but it's strangely not bad.
This is Michael J. Fox gender.
Oh, that would be Marty gender to you.
All right.
This
And,
is like you've heard of good taste, poor execution, or a poor taste, great execution. This is just bad taste, bad execution.
Look,
yeah.
I'm all for the execution of whoever designed that flag.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I see that and I think, okay, so there's a green sky with mountains, and then there's a lake, then there's a broken shoreline, and then you have the orange there is going to be the ground, and then the red underneath it is like your magma.
I think
So-
you're overthinking it, Moonshock.
No, I this is why I'm like, I see that it's chaotic, but I sort of like it somehow.
It's actually brilliant if you think about it. All right. And this week I actually have a bonus gender because a lot of genders I come across are really like hilariously ridiculous, but I could never use them because there's no way you guys would think that I made it up. All right. So the one I'm gonna go with this week is Phi Jelly Giffic.
Oh my
What?
God.
All right.
Huh?
And let's see. The description is a xenogender identity in which one's gender is related to the GIF below. And
Huh?
you will see what they mean when I show the flag.
Okay.
I have a bad feeling all of a sudden.
What the hell is that?
That's a
That's
bottle
right.
of Fiji water.
That's right. Their flag is a GIF.
Of Fuji, no less.
Why? Just why?
What?
Like they are
What?
unable to display their flag unless it's on a screen.
Oh my god.
But to their credit, they made that GIF or GIF or whatever. They made that transparent enough that you could see the flag through it.
Yeah, I'll give them that much.
They put effort into this dumpster fire.
I don't even know where that GIF is from. Is that a meme or something?
They might have made it. They might have made it custom for this flag.
Well, that's
For
food.
whatever
Yeah, that's Fuji
reason.
water. Let me hold on just a second.
Because I mean, that's got like refraction through the bottle and everything.
The thing is, though, there's actually is a bouncing GIF of a Fuji water bottle. So this was basically it was hijacked.
Yeah, they basically just pasted a GIF over
Yes.
their lazy.
Oh.
Yeah. Somebody had already created that GIF, and they just took it.
Some reason,
are you guys pronouncing Fiji water like people pronounce
it's
GIF
Fuji.
wrong on
It's
purpose?
Fuji.
It's Fuji, as in Mount Fuji.
I thought it was Fiji, as in like
Fiji is a country, is an island nation in the Pacific.
I thought that's where they got the Fiji water from.
Is it?
It's
Fuji.
No, wait. He's right. It's Fiji. It's Fiji.
Yeah, I thought you guys were doing that. Like,
It's a cookbook.
Oh yeah.
I thought you guys were doing the whole thing
Fuji
like how they mispronounce GIF.
I don't
It's
know.
No,
This
GIF.
is the fact that they didn't make that GIF is
GIF is like a brand of peanut butter. GIF is GIF.
the fact that they didn't make that GIF is one of the most disappointing elements of my day now. To quote a great man, my disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
I'm just picturing them discovering their gender, browsing the internet, seeing that GIF, and then just their mouth falls open. They take their glasses off. Like heavenly light shines on them. All right. So now it's time for our final article. If we viewed all crimes like conservatives view mass shootings.
Fuck off.
This will be awesome.
Who the fuck is this guy? Eric Centel? Is it Centel or Centelli?
That's 2 L's.
Yeah, 2 L's.
Okay. All right. What does this douchebag look like?
And as the title of the stream implies, this guy does not know how metaphors work.
Oh yeah, this guy totally looks like a soy boy.
So basically, this is the guy who, whenever someone says that they're colorblind, they're like, "You actually do see colors."
Okay, soy boy's
I'm colorblind.
soy boy's pictures in chat.
Well, before we get started with this, I would like to say that it has come to light recently that I can speed all I want now, like driving down the road.
Is this a weird Indian law, Camel?
It is. Apparently, a member of my tribe got a speeding ticket in Tulsa, and they're like, "No, I'm not paying that. Fuck you." And the 10th Circuit Court said, "Yeah, he doesn't have to pay you. Fuck you."
Really?
Really?
Like, why do we still have reservations? Like, can't like Indians just be considered normal citizens and be treated the same?
I mean, you would think. I would love for that to happen.
Like all you
I
hear
think
is
Camel and Johnny, I've got reservations about them too. I understand.
like all you hear is about how shitty reservations are. Like, why not just make that area part of the state they're in and treat them normally?
Well, here's the thing with Oklahoma too. Like, it wasn't set up like reservations, like with the fucking Lakota or whoever else up in the northern plains.
Didn't they just
We
cram
had
everybody in
land
there?
allotments for each individual member of the tribes. So the whole idea of reservations now, especially after land allotment here in Oklahoma, is like, why? I mean, it's pointless.
I don't know. Wait, is the stream still on the Poe or no screen?
No,
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
no, we see the headline, we see the article.
I guess my
The big
preview
ball
is
of
just
fire in the picture.
I guess my preview is just way behind. I don't know. All right. Let's see. We could drive drunk all we want.
I mean, maybe if you're an Indian.
Opponents of gun control love to argue that laws regulating guns simply don't work. Therefore, we don't need more regulations on guns.
I don't think that's actually what opponents of gun laws say. I think they say we've got a lot of gun laws. A lot of them just aren't enforced.
Yeah. And a lot of them don't make a difference.
Yeah, we have 10,000 gun laws, but this is the one that will work.
Yeah.
And no, Ebony, the Cherokee don't own half of Oklahoma. The eastern half of Oklahoma is considered reservations for a bunch of different tribes. But the city of Tulsa itself is like on 3 different tribes' reservations.
I just hope it's a Jeep Cherokee that owns half of Oklahoma.
Let's see. More gun laws won't work because criminals don't follow laws. Gun control just makes things harder for law-abiding citizens like me. That's him
That's true.
quoting the other side.
I mean, that's accurate, yeah. Okay.
mean,
That's
for-
100% true. I am very curious as to how you're going to debunk this argument.
Think about all of the exciting, fun crimes we could commit if we really leaned into the conservative argument against laws.
We could murder people, y'all.
Oh, so you're
That
not
doesn't
actually
happen.
you're not actually going to address the entirely valid criticism. You're just going to pretend that it's a joke or something.
I'm pretty sure that most conservatives don't think that murder should be legalized. Like,
That's
if you...
because they're hypocrites. If they truly believed what they said, they'd be pro-murder.
Yeah. There's a difference between wanting the right to a gun and wanting the right to murder, you know.
No, there's not. Not a single one.
I may have been looking at the issue of gun violence all wrong. Maybe gun violence isn't a problem. Maybe it's an opportunity. Drunk driving? If people want to drive drunk, they will drive drunk. The threat of a DUI or DWI won't stop them, but it makes driving home a little buzzed much more difficult for law-abiding drinkers.
I know a dude who had like a dozen DUIs. No joke. There are people who don't give a shit about getting a DUI or a DWI. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't stop everybody.
And also, if we were to treat this like gun control, then we would be outlawing cars because some people don't use them correctly.
Yes.
So he doesn't understand the argument.
Well, I think we took that as given by the headline.
I mean, at the very least, he would be, they'd be advocating for like breathalyzers in every car coming standard, and that you can't, operate a vehicle without blowing into the breathalyzer.
Let's see. We don't blame the gun when someone shoots people, so why would we blame the car when someone drives drunk?
We don't.
No one does.
I mean, that like, if your same logic on gun control was used, then you would, but nobody does.
Yes.
Why would we take someone's license away? Drunk driving is a people problem, not a car, alcohol, or highway problem.
And none of those words are in an amendment.
Yeah, but people aren't advocating for restricting access to cars or highways. And alcohol has got like an age limit on it, but
Yeah, this is the car equivalent of, guns don't kill people, people kill people.
yeah.
Like, cars don't kill people, drunk drivers kill people. That's
Yeah.
why we punish the drivers, not the car.
Yes, exactly.
Well, according to a video that I watched a while ago, guns don't kill people. Black motherfuckers with guns kill people.
Also true.
I was gonna say, Frosted, they're moving on trying to punish the cars now. That's why they're trying to switch to electric cars.
They just have, like, nipples that you put, like, electrodes on. Let's see. It would be great if we could reduce traffic accident fatalities and injuries, but what are gonna do? Put guardrails and rumble strips on our roads? Enforce seatbelt laws? Pull people over when they're swerving all over the road? None of that will solve the problem.
Driving on the roads is not an American right. It's a privilege.
Yeah.
Guns, however, are very much a right. They're one of the first rights that's reserved for Americans.
Let's see. Reckless driving? People don't have to be drunk to have a blast behind the wheel. They can blow through stop signs, take red lights as suggestions, forget using your blinker, ignore right-of-ways, drive the wrong way on one-way streets, and of course, speed like Mario Andretti at the Indy 500. They're
I
gonna
was
Yeah,
hoping
I
to be
mean,
Mario in Mario Kart.
as somebody that has to deal with Texans on a regular basis driving through, yeah, they do that.
They're gonna drive like the guy who got kicked out of the demolition derby for driving too crazy, no matter what laws and regulations we pass, regardless of how well those laws may be enforced. Might as well accept it. Littering and dumping toxic waste. Laws don't keep people from throwing trash out the window while driving recklessly and possibly buzzed. Laws don't keep companies from dumping toxic waste into rivers, lakes, and landfills. But really, we're talking about a few bad apples. Why burden law-abiding citizens with laws about littering? Why destroy jobs by regulating businesses and environmental pollution?
Yeah,
Again,
if you take away someone else's liberty, you are responsible. You are liable to that person or to the system itself sometimes. That's the way that our system works. Possessing a gun does not rob someone else of their liberty, not inherently. If you shoot someone, sorry.
Also, the like comparison to gun control here would be not outlawing littering. It would be outlawing the things that you throw out the window, like saying that you can't have a soda can.
Yeah.
So
no soda cans allowed. If you are to drink soda, you must cup your hands now.
So if he knew how this works, then he would understand he's making his argument look ridiculous.
Well, that requires critical
there
thinking, and this
If
is
I'm
medium.
mistaken, there are some places where like you're not allowed to have an open container, even if it is non-alcoholic, while you're driving.
Especially
That's considered
personalized Coke cans.
That's considered, distracted driving.
Yeah,
trying
That's
to eat or
stupid.
drink while you're
They'll
behind the wheel.
try it for my cold dead hands, Frosted.
Well, I mean, that's with open liquor bottles, right? Not just, like Coke cans.
What we need is the come and take it flag, but with a burger on it.
It's abusing drugs. Making a substance illegal won't keep people from getting it. Some people will make, sell, buy, or use hard drugs no matter what our laws say or our police do.
Yeah.
Criminals don't follow laws.
Have you been like on the earth for the last few decades? We literally had a war and we lost to drugs.
Also,
the war on drugs? That means, there's a war going on, and people on drugs are winning.
Like, you make fun of Australia, but at least emus are alive. You lost to chemicals.
Also, isn't this, like, unironically the argument that, like, pro-drug people make? For legalizing
I mean, you
drugs?
can get drugs in prison. A place that's supposed to be locked down, everything's supposed to be searched before it comes in, goes out, and people still get drugs.
So
that's held up as a reason for why you should decriminalize.
So if they were consistent, then they would want guns to be legal too. Because otherwise you'll just have a black market for guns and all those other things that you have for drugs.
It's the same argument for abortion. If you make it illegal, they'll just do it anyway. It's like, okay, so what's your official position? Are you saying don't bother making laws, people don't follow them?
Yeah,
Or
that's
are you
drugs,
prohibiting things?
abortion, prostitution. It's the same argument. It's just, insert.
It's cracking down on the people you catch won't keep them or other people from using drugs. Jail time doesn't prevent most addicts from relapsing. If laws don't prevent drug crimes, maybe we should decriminalize drugs. Oh wait, Republicans want to keep the laws against drugs, while they argue that laws regulating guns don't and can't reduce gun violence? Except for
Guns can be used to protect you. Drugs cannot.
Hmm.
I don't know if you like throw AIDS needles like really hard. If like I went to attack someone and they were throwing AIDS needles, I would get the hell out of there.
True.
Like-
Maybe if you poison the drugs. Excuse me, Mr. Criminal. I know you're trying to rob me, but here, have some drugs.
Winks at camera. Except for opioids, the rural white working class drug of choice. Then drug abuse should be treated more like a public health crisis. I mean, aren't opioids in like prescription drugs?
Yeah, considering it was doctors that was like throwing it at people like Skittles, maybe that's why it should be treated like a public health crisis.
Like, I mean, maybe you'd have an argument if doctors were still prescribing opium and stuff, but they're not. Sudafed. Besides committing fun crimes, I'd like to buy some decent cold and flu medicine for a change. We can't buy Sudafed over the counter anymore in Missouri because some criminals used it to make methamphetamine. The state government passed a law in 2009 that requires prescriptions for Sudafed, strictly regulates its sales, and demands detailed record keeping from the pharmacies. Now law-abiding citizens have to sniffle, sneeze, and suffer, while criminals find a way to get Sudafed illegally and make meth anyway. The regulations intended to make drugs harder to produce, distribute, and sell in the U.S. fail to stop the drug trade, but succeed in making life harder for law-abiding citizens. Make cold medicine great again.
Actually, it did stop a lot of homegrown meth production. That's why a lot of it's coming from Mexico now.
That's what? The number of meth lab seizures in Missouri fell 75% within 5 years of regulating Sudafed. Meth lab seizures went from 2,000 plus per year to only 50 in 2018, the most recent year on record. Well, substance
So it
abuse is a
worked?
people problem. Well, he's saying that outlawing Sudafed is the same as outlawing guns. So outlawing guns would work too.
But they didn't even outlaw Sudafed. They just said you need a prescription to buy it.
Which
Yeah.
is how guns work now. You need a gun license. And you need to, fill out all the forms and the proper training. So, yeah. Let's how we know they lie. Conservatives claim that gun control can't reduce, much less stop gun violence. But severely regulating abortion access will stop abortions, apparently. The most extreme Republicans get off on regulating the health care of women and trans people. They enjoy passing laws about what schools can and can't teach.
Yeah, no porn. No porn for the kids is a good lesson plan.
Yeah, where are you gonna give the kids? Oh, porn. That's it. That's all. Why is this such a controversial issue for them? Oh, that's right. Don't make me tap the sign.
Aaron McIntyre is a prophet and a genius.
That who?
The guy who did the don't make me tap the sign thing. It's not rocket science, folks. They're just evil and they want to diddle kids.
But when it comes to gun laws, they claim that laws can't keep order. That's how you know they're lying. And this guy's got 328 claps.
Oh, well, maybe he should buy some, medicine for that.
It depresses me just how little the argument seems to have changed on this. They consistently refuse to address the most basic elements, and the few instances I've heard where they actually address the opposition's arguments, or it's terrible. They're just shit. They're like, oh well, we don't need to worry about government tyranny because even if the government is tyrannical, there's nothing you can do about it.
I just like how this is one of the few cases where they don't want to get all intersectional about, what causes the actual problem
Yeah.
of
Oh,
gun
yeah.
crime and violence. They don't want to, talk about, how you have more crime in urban environments, metropolitan areas as opposed to rural areas. They'll say, "Oh, well, rural America has, more gun, deaths." It's like, you mean where they're further away from hospitals when they get shot?
Well,
Okay.
once they enact the 11 rules for Chaucer, that won't be a problem
True.
be-
That,
because they'll be treating each other respectfully and never
yeah, we
fighting.
just need to get that Quinu lady's words out to more people.
Or how, like the majority of gun crime and violence is committed, in relation to gang activity and how that might have to do with, poverty, drugs, where those things intersect as well. I mean, they
Uh,
act like it's all, just some, crazy
Despite
white
being
kid
only
shooting up a school.
13% of the population. ...
And I like that one of the commenters seems to understand the argument even less than the author. As a desperately poor single mom, I used to fantasize about robbing a bank. What stopped me? I can't drive, and my kids would be left alone. But by Republican standards, I should have robbed a bank with a gun. The gun was guilty, Your Honor. No, you won't even celebrate how enterprising I am? Well, you are just wrong.
Wow.
I don't even know what point she was trying to make.
Yeah.
Not a clue.
Is she saying that we blame guns because that's the other side? Or is she saying we're in favor of bank robbery?
Daniel Knight there, though, like, I'd like to see the rest of his comment, because second one down.
All right, let's see. Republicans love to say how gun control won't prevent criminals from getting guns, and it would somehow harm law-abiding citizens. When confronting a gun control denier, I point out that someone without a criminal history that committed a mass shooting... Wait, someone without a criminal history that committed a mass shooting, I'm pretty sure mass shooting is a crime, was presumably a law-abiding citizen prior to the shooting. It's as if they believe we are born inherently as either a law-abiding citizen or a criminal.
How many of those law-abiding citizens that went on to commit a mass shooting were known to law enforcement, and up to and including the FBI?
Yeah, it
There've
seems like
been more than a few. It's not like these
Yeah.
people were just flying completely under the radar, which would go back to maybe enforce the laws we currently have instead of asking for new laws.
Okay.
And
There are
the
over
fact-
20,000 gun laws on the books in this country.
And unfortunately, the fact is that we don't have a pre-crime unit in America, or maybe fortunately.
I mean, we do have the crazy eyes test. A lot of those people that go to commit mass shootings fail that test like 100% of the time. All right.
Yeah, but
Going all the way back to like Gabby Giffords, that dude would have failed the crazy eyes test. Adam Lanza definitely fails the crazy eyes test. That kid in fucking Florida with Parkland, ain't no way in hell he's passing the crazy eyes test.
We can't put you in prison if you haven't committed a crime yet. That's just that's wrong on a whole bunch of levels.
And also, like, someone who kills someone because they were driving drunk, well, they might have never had a DUI before, so we should just not let anyone have cars. That's the equivalent argument that they're making.
Yeah.
Like, don't let anyone have something that could be dangerous because they might be a mass murderer.
Yeah, if you follow their logic, there's so much shit that would have been banned in this country. Like my cigarettes. What they killed? Like, was it like 400,000 people a year? Smoking.
Oh, don't even worse than smoking. How about heart disease?
Well, I mean, that can contribute. I mean, we would have banned cheeseburgers. We would have banned cigarettes. We would have banned booze. We would banned so many things. You would have had no automobiles.
You would be allowed to eat vegetables, and that's just about it.
Like, after 9/11, should we have outlawed planes?
I mean, have you seen the videos coming out of the Miami International Airport? I think we might consider it at the very least.
But yeah, so this is the quality of argument we have from the gun control crowd.
They're not sending their best.
All right. Well, that's all I had for tonight, gentlemen. So I'll take a moment to shill my co-hosts and guest. Not Jack Gunsky has Clippers United over on his channel Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Moonshock has his Twitch channel linked in the description, where he plays games that aren't as good as Super Seducer.
I know. I'm just flawed that way.
We can fix him. We can fix
Did
him.
you even stream that more? Did you even stream that more than once?
Twice.
I think he streamed it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he even get to
Yay.
Mahmood?
I did, but he was the booby woobies, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I actually ended up failing on his because I made a couple of incorrect choices.
All right. Let's see. Terry is on Johnny Hellcats and Mr. Adams and One Ton Hammer's Minions Nights. He's on Six's Sober Streams. He's on Corpers United. He's on Tears Midnight Streams. What?
No, I was just saying T's Midnight Show at the same time you did.
Oh. All right. Yeah. Anytime a stream is started, the second it started, he shows up behind them.
Yeah, there's a non-zero chance that Terry will. You know.
Yeah. If you stream it, he will come.
Just one day you're streaming alone, and then all of a sudden Terry pops into chat.
Yeah.
All right. Anything you want to shill, Camel?
I haven't been streaming a lot with the work schedule, but I do try to make it for Johnny's Thursday night Minion streams. And eventually, one of these days, I'm going to try and get back to streaming. I'm going to have to upgrade the computer system first, though.
Right.
So yeah, check out Minis of the Zoo, 11 p.m. Eastern, Thursday nights.
All right. So let's see. I don't have anything planned as of yet for next Friday, so we should be back at the usual time, 9 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you guys next week.
So yeah, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Boy.
Bye, everybody.